I want to welcome you to my first review in the new set. This is my last review I filmed was back in August, and it is now October 23rd. So this is my first review with the green screen. I experimented with it for a few weeks with pens in use, and here you go. Now I will admit that my parents have been to visit in the interim. I tore the entire set down and set it up with hopefully a few things I learned since then. So we'll see how it turns out. I may have to do a little fiddling yet. But anyway, the pen I want to review this week is the Platinum President. This has been a pen I've been interested in for a number of years, and I kept talking myself out of it. It is Platinum's flagship pen. I've never been quite clear what flagship means, but I look at the 3776, and it has that neat slip and seal. It has the different celluloid finishes. Then you have the Izumo, which I don't own one, but would like to. It has all the cool urushi finishes. And then you have the Platinum President, which looks like a very plain plastic pen. And you're going, yeah, that's the flagship? Okay. But it actually turns out to be quite a cool pen. And, bonus, I purchased this pen totally with proceeds from doing this channel. The advertising that happens before each video, at least the videos that are monetized, I've been devoting to the channel. And I purchased this the first time I got a check. And I have to say, I love it. This pen has been inked a lot. Yes, I've had requests to ink up the Platinum Koi, and I will this weekend for pens in use. But my God, this is just... I forget how it looks. This is a fun pen to write with. So let's dive into it. This pen is Platinum President, like I said. It's just a plain plastic pen. You can see kind of a cool retro-looking clip. It kind of reminds me of the 1920s or 1930s Art Deco design, kind of like the North Dakota State Capitol, for those of you who visited there. This may look like a blind cap or a piston turning knob. It is not. It's just a decoration. No finial. This says Platinum President. Unscrew this puppy. A little bit thicker grip. Not hugely thicker. The nib is an 18 karat gold nib. I purchased a broad. Fits very comfortably in my hand. I write like this. I usually hold the cap. That's just my habit. The threads don't bother me. They're just right in line. Unscrew the barrel. You can hear the plastic is kind of a higher quality plastic. You can see it's a cartridge converter pen. If that bothers you, don't buy it. This metal here means it's not going to be an eyedropper pen. But I like this pen a lot. Regular plastic feed, broad nib like I said. Now mine, I purchased from the nib smith, Dan Smith. I had it ground to a cursive italic, which I don't know if you can tell there. This particular camera, I can't really do the extreme close-ups like I could with the other one, but the writing samples are better, so we'll call it even. But what it means is it's squared off, kind of like a stub right here, and then the edges are kind of sharp. And I think he did a pretty good job. You've heard of Dan Smith, of course. He has the Nib Smith. He also used to be of Fountain Pen Geeks fame. Now, the video you're seeing there, I had a suggestion. I don't know if I'm allowed to use names, so I'll just say Jerry. Suggested I should do a little bit of branding. What I'm thinking about, it's not going to happen with this video, but future video possibly. Do some more green screen, kind of like what's behind me that hopefully you can't see. And photograph this pen and then put some kind of a fun background and title behind it. So we'll see. I am listening, Jerry. When you gave me all those suggestions, it was after I filmed all those reviews in August, so I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I am thinking about it. So if anybody has any suggestions for just for the preview clicky thing before you even click on the video, that's what I'm looking at. Just let me know. I may even put a squirrel in there somehow. We'll see. So anyway, so Platinum President. Very solid feeling in the hand, nicely weighted, nice writer. So let's get into the writing sample. So we're obviously writing with the Platinum President, which has a broad cursive italic nib. If you're trying to picture that, here would be a sort of a side view. You know, the nib comes down like this. Here's the tipping. And then here's the feed. So squared off. The long view, the side view, or front view, I should say. There's the slit. Something like that. What that enables me to do is make some fun lines, which you can probably see there, but I'll show you better here in a few moments. The ink in this, what else? For a pen like this, in a review like this, I'm using Noodler's Apache Sunset, which is a fun shading ink. I won't say it's my favorite color, but I will say it's a fun shading ink. So let's do a couple swoop-de-doodles. So you can see the horizontal strokes are broader. This is not a flex pen. I forgot the word flex to go with all that. Needless to say, it does have some interesting line variation. And what you can't see is not everything is dried yet, which when I get to the wetness and flow, you'll see that better. So let's do wetness and flow. I suspect I would like this pen. Oh shoot, the furnace is coming on. I suspect I would enjoy this pen even if I hadn't had it ground. I like it that much. Let's see. Smear test. Sorry about the sound. I'll stop talking while that sound goes, when the sound gets really bad here. So a very wet writer. Reverse writing. I call that a decent fine, wouldn't you? So, since the furnace is coming on, I'll talk more about it in a bit. I'll record my writing sample while the furnace goes because you don't need audio for that. Alright, the furnace shut off. That is definitely a problem I did not have in the old set, but I'm now in the basement. So one of the questions I always ask myself is about value. And that's kind of subjective, so then I've modified it to, if I lost this pen, would I buy it again? And the answer is yes. I really, really enjoy this pen. Now, I'll be honest with you, I would not have purchased this pen in the first place. If I didn't have advertising dollars from this channel, it would have seemed like too much of a gamble for the cost. Because it's really not worth the price, I mean, for whatever that's worth. I would not have purchased it. But now that I have purchased it and used it, absolutely, even if without advertising dollars, I'd purchase another one. It just didn't look exciting enough to be worth the money. But now that I've used it, yeah, I love it. So yeah, I totally recommend this pen. Whether you get it from Dan Smith and have it ground to something interesting, or whether you just go with the standard Platinum President, I don't care. It is a good pen. So hope this is interesting. I hope I've introduced kind of a pen that flies under the radar. And I thank you for watching. And if you have any suggestions about the set or what have you, let me know. Or if you have any feelings about this pen, or perhaps you see some that you think might be interesting for me, let me know. So thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.